First, the USDA's Justice for All non-discriminatory statement, which simply states that all persons must be treated equally without regard to their race, color, national origin, sex, religious creed, disability, age, political beliefs, or reprisal or retaliation for prior civil rights activity, and that our institution provides an inclusive space for all. For more information on the And Justice for All statement, please visit the USDA's website.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Joanna Golden. I am here with FCHS, Rutgers Cooperative Extension at Gloucester County. Today we are presenting another Family Foodie event, and this has been made possible by a grant from the New Jersey Department of Health Services and New Jersey SNAP Ed. So today we'll be making a corn and green chili salad. And first I would like to introduce some of my ingredients. So today we're going to be using whole kernel corn, and I decided to use a frozen bag and thaw it out. And I also have diced tomatoes with green chilies. And I decided to use a can and the frozen corn because corn and tomatoes are not in season, as they are only Jersey fresh during the summer. And we also have a lime, and we have our green onion, and we also have cilantro, and we can see on the tag here that our cilantro is Jersey fresh. So this is why I decided to use fresh ingredients here. So before we get into the recipe, I would like to talk a little bit about my plate. So here on our My Plate, we have all 5 food groups. We have our dairy, our grains, our proteins, our fruits, and our vegetables. My Plate is very important as it gives us our food groups, and it also gives us the ratio of how much we should be eating each day, or each proportions. And this is important because we don't realize it, but most people do not eat their recommended fruits and vegetables as we should be daily. But if you make today's recipe, you will be getting all the fruits and vegetables you need, maybe not all for the day, but it will contribute to this side of the plate that we do need here. And our fruits and vegetables are important as they provide us with vitamins, minerals, and our antioxidants. So I believe we can get started with the recipe. First, we will be using our corn, and we need 2 cups of our corn here. Now our corn is, I forgot to dump the bag of water. Dump that out real quick. I remembered to cut it open, but I forgot to dump out all the excess water. Now I did thaw the corn. It does appear to be mostly thawed, but as I was saying, our corn is very important as it is loaded with fiber, and fiber does aid us in digestion. So I'll just be adding our 2 cups here. Just fill the corn a little bit. I just spilled corn everywhere, but that is okay. Let's get a little bit messy. I would also like to mention that you could use fresh corn and tomatoes. However, I just wanted to demonstrate a less time-consuming way of making this recipe. So by using the can and the frozen corn, it is a little less time-consuming, as rather than having to shuck the corn and cut your tomatoes. So we just used our 2 cups of corn. Next, we have the 1 can of tomatoes. Now our tomatoes here are loaded with vitamin A, vitamin K, and potassium. So we'll throw that in there, give it a good mix. Next, we will be throwing in 1 tablespoon of our vegetable oil. Actually, I believe it was half a tablespoon. Good thing I didn't pour it yet. We have our 1 tablespoon of lime juice. So 1 lime actually equates to 2 tablespoons. So we're just going to cut this in half here. And just make sure you wash your lime, because even though you are not eating the shell of it, your knife is touching it, and we just want to make sure that no bacteria gets into the actual lime itself. So we are going to be using the bear claw technique, so we are not putting our fingers directly into the knife to cut our lime in half. And we're going to squeeze this right into our chili. Alright, all the corn I spilled everywhere is just push that to the side. Next we have our green onion, and we're going to use a 1/3 cup of our green onion. So using the same bear claw technique, we are going to cut our onion using a downward technique. Now our onions here are also filled with fiber, and along with aiding us in digestion, fiber also helps us feel full, which is good because it prevents us from overeating, and it also helps lower cholesterol. Alright, so we're going to add our 1/3 cup of green onion right into there. And just so you guys know, I did wash my hands, and I also did wash our green onion and our cilantro that we are using here. Make sure you wash all of your fruits and veggies before you prepare with them. Alright, next we have 2 tablespoons of our cilantro. So using the same technique, we're going to use the bear claw just to make sure we don't get our fingers by accident. And we're using the same downwards technique that we used for the onion. Now I love cilantro, so I think I'm going to be using a little bit extra in my recipe today. I'm just going to guesstimate 2 tablespoons here. Alright, so now we're just going to mix this all up. Of course, I forgot to grab a mixing spoon, so I'm just going to use this tablespoon here. And that is it. That was so simple, it was so easy. It took, I think, less than 5 minutes to prepare this because we did have our canned tomatoes and our corn, and like we said, it does take a little bit less time when you do use these ingredients. However, if you did choose to go fresh, it might take a little bit longer, but either side, you're still getting the same vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and that is all. And I will be eating this with my reduced fat 100% whole grain wheat thins, as this will contribute to our grain section over my plate here. So today we'll be eating our grains, our fruits, and our vegetables with this recipe. And it was so simple. So thank you guys for coming out today, and I hope you enjoyed, and please join us next time on our next Family Foodie event.